Hello, my fellow students and friends. I hope you guys are having a great day today. For today, let's explore fetus development and the stages of pregnancy. Step 1 is getting pregnant. Fertilization is like a love story. The sperm, bravely battling through obstacles, finally meets its soulmate, the egg, at the fallopian tube. Together, they form a zygote, marking the start of their journey. After a few days, they move to the cozy beach of the uterus, where they settle in and grow. This move is called implantation, and it is the moment pregnancy officially begins. After fertilization, the blastocyst moves from the fallopian tube to the uterus, marking the start of the development. Boom! The race begins. The zygote, the first human cell, starts rapidly dividing through cleavage, turning into a morula, which is like 16 to 32 cells. Then, it forms a blastocyst, a hollow ball of 100 plus cells, basically a cloning superpower. Finally, the blastocyst settles into the uterus in a process called implantation. At this point, it's officially a gastrula, with 3 layers that will eventually form the entire body. The 3 layers of the gastrula phase are endoderm, mesoderm, and ectoderm. And the endoderm becomes the epithelial lining of the most internal systems, like the digestive, respiratory, urinary, reproductive, along with becoming the liver, pancreas, thyroid, parathyroid, and the thymus. The mesoderm becomes the many systems, such as skeletal, muscular, circulatory, lymphatic, excretory, and reproductive. Dermis of the skin, mucosa glands also are formed through the mesoderm. Last but not least, the ectoderm becomes the nervous system and the epidermis of the skin. Alright, let's talk about our superheroes, baby development. The uterus is like the ultimate sidekick, a tough, muscular shield that keeps everything safe. Inside, the placenta and umbilical cord are like the robins, making sure the baby gets all the nutrients, oxygen, and waste removal it needs. The placenta connects to the mom's blood supply, while the umbilical cord has 2 arteries and 1 vein to carry blood back and forth. The amniotic sac wraps everything in a tough but flexible membrane, while the amniotic fluid inside acts like a cushion, protecting the baby as it grows. Together, these structures are the dream team, keeping the baby safe and sound. Let's break down the 3 trimesters of our little Batman's journey. First trimester, weeks 1 through 12. By the end, the fetus is fully formed with all organs in place. And let's take a quick detour to compare the stage of an embryo and a fetus, shall we? An embryo is the first 8 weeks where organs and structures form. The fetus is the weeks 9 through birth when growth and organ maturation happens. And now back to our main topic. The second trimester begins from weeks 13 and goes on till week 27. The baby starts growing rapidly. You will feel those first kicks. Our little Batman might soon be switching to soccer. Third trimester is weeks 28 through 40. The baby keeps growing and the body prepares for birth. Mom may experience some swelling and shortness of breath as the big day approaches. But yeah, labor has finally started. The giving birth stage has finally started for our Batman. First step is dilation, where the cervix begins to progressively dilate, increase diameter. Onset of labor. Full dilation around 10 centimeters for a term baby. This process causes uterine contractions, and this can naturally happen through the hormone oxytocin, which helps in labor due to how it induces more and more contractions. And in this stage of dilation, the amniotic sac is broken. Next up, bro wants to pull out. After all, bro's basically been quarantined in the womb for 9 months. Thus comes the stage of expulsion, where the positive feedback manner of labor comes into play, where the more stimulus of the baby trying to push out, the more the oxytocin is released, and more the contractions happen, in turn leading to more the baby pushes out, until the baby is finally out. And the last phase of labor is the placental stage, which is when the placenta comes out between like 5 to 30 minutes after the pregnancy through contractions also. Within the phases of labor, dilation, expulsion, and placenta, the role of hormones is essential. Endorphins calm and relieve pain for the mother, while the placenta releases prostaglandins, which stimulate cervical dilation, and estrogen stimulates the myometrial growth for strong muscle contractions, and oxytocin stimulates powerful uterine contractions. The role of progesterone is to keep pregnancy, while it slowly drops in levels the closer it gets to the labor period. And relaxin helps soften and widen the cervix, and relaxes the muscles and ligaments in the pelvis. And finally, Batman has been born to save our Gotham.